Hi everyone and welcome here inside Platte Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside joined by Noah Tobias. And tonight here on a Tuesday night, we're going to have a fun, exciting Crossroads League action between the third-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars and your Huntington University Foresters right here on FDN Sports. And Noah, going to be in a good one here as St. Francis entering Platte Arena, one of the best teams here in the Crossroads League, ranked third in the nation. What can we expect for tonight?
Yeah, really, I think there's going to be a lot of shooting involved tonight, partially because kind of looking at some statistics for Division II, St. Francis, they're ranked number 2 in Division II in field goal percentage, and also Huntington is ranked number 3. St. Francis is at 52% for the offensive scoring, and then Huntington's at 51%. So, I guess this is really going to see how reliable those statistics really are that we're getting. So it should be a really interesting matchup, and hopefully it'll be a really close game because when you just look at the statistics, it says that it should be really close.
Yeah, definitely two high-powered offenses going to go at it here tonight. And, St. Francis really have a lot of options they're hitting you from. Have a lot of guys that play, have a great freshman by the name of B.J. Blackham right down the road from Marion, Indiana. But the Foresters have some firepower of their own with Dan Wool and Tyler Ahrens, as well as Mike Bush. Those are really some key names that you're going to be hearing a lot tonight.
Yeah, we have Huntington has 3 players that are averaging over 15 points per game. And Tyler Ahrens actually just became Huntington's #1 scorer for this season. And when you look at Tyler Ahrens and what he brings to the table, really, there's no doubt about it that he should be one of those guys. The last game against Spring Arbor, he actually had 25 points, and he had a fantastic game, offensively and defensively. So, really, I think Tyler deserves every part of that. But then you look at Daniel Wool. He's a senior. He's been here. He's played against St. Francis a ton in his career, and he's used to playing at the really fast-tempoed offense that St. Francis is going to be bringing at him. And then Mike Bush. Really, what to say about Mike Bush? He's been ranked #1 in assists for. He's been ranked for #1 for total assists and also assists per game all season long for Huntington. And I can't remember the last Huntington University player to have done something like that.
Yes, Mike Bush, definitely a player to watch for. You got to keep your eye on him all game. In a quick second, he up and down the court throwing a dime on the money. And you mentioned Dan Wool earlier, and I want to bring up last year where the Foresters took down St. Francis 84-79 in overtime here. It was a huge game. Foresters were led by Dan Wool, 25 points and 12 rebounds. Really took control of the game early. We're going to see if Dan Wool can do that. We know the Foresters really like getting him involved early on. And like I said, this team still goes as Dan Wool goes. Mike Bush said a big-time scorer. Tyler Ahrens a big scorer. But Dan Wool really an emotional leader for the Foresters. He's the guy that can really lock down defensively. And we know the Foresters really going to have to get down defensively with how well St. Francis can score the ball. We know they're ranked in the top 10 nationally in points per game, getting around 90 points per game. They're scoring margin, they're beating teams by roughly 17 points per game. So Foresters have their hands full, but really should be optimistic about the future of this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Huntington, they are coming into this game 11-7 and 2-4 on the conference. So you kind of think about the Crossroads League conference this year. It's so competitive. You have 3 teams that are ranked nationally in Division II, and then Huntington has just had a pretty decent year. They've had 2 games that they have made over 62% of their field goals, and both of those games were just completely lights out for the Foresters. And so, you look at one of these games, you don't really expect a whole lot, but you really want it to be really competitive tonight. Seeing St. Francis number 3 ranked coming into the Forester Den.
Yeah, you got St. Francis 15-3 on the year, Foresters 11-7. When we return, we're going to have tip-off for you right here inside Platte Arena. Don't go anywhere. We have an exciting one on hand. Tip-off coming at 7 o'clock.
Plans don't always go the way we want them to, but you're not alone in this adventure called life. Remedy Live is a non-for-profit web station that strives to produce a positive message while helping teens who need it. If we can help you, text the word REMEDY to 313131 or visit our website at remedylive.com to chat with someone there. Remedy Live. We chat, we listen, we love.
film department here at Huntington University is amazing. We have brilliant professors who are willing to teach us everything that they've known from being out in the field. First semester last year, I got the opportunity to work on the department film, Gift of Hope, where we had actual professionals in the field today come and work with Huntington students on a film.
Students here at Huntington University have an opportunity to focus on story, and they discover universal themes that matter to everyone, and they're able to integrate their faith into their filmmaking. This is very unique. It's something special about Huntington. Recently, we took a trip to Chicago for our seniors to be able to cast talent for their senior films. And there was such an array of talent available to them. It's great to be close to such a wonderful urban production center. One of the things that gets me so excited is to see the quality of the student films and how they improve every year. We're sending such strong filmmakers out into the working world, and as their films get better and better, it just excites us to see that level of filmmaking, and this is the most rewarding thing about teaching at Huntington.
So Fusion Media is kind of this idea to bring broadcasting and film production together. Just doing media, but maybe not in the news field or in the radio field as broadcasting was.
With Fusion Media, you're not stuck in this cookie cutter route to become a news anchor or a radio DJ. There's so much more you can do with it.
Fusion Media is a way to take those everyday experiences and bring them to the students now, in the moment.
I would say there's so many opportunities for you guys to make an instant impact. We have HTV, we have live stream, we have Fuse FM. We're ready for you right now.
It's so exciting as a freshman to be able to come in and right away be doing hands-on things like being a part of HTV and the radio station. And for a freshman coming in, that's so exciting to be able to do those things.
It's just really new. It's the newest idea that's been out. So no other school is.
Welcome back here inside Platt Arena as we take a look today at some of the starting lineups for both teams. No surprise here for St. Francis coming out with their starting lineup. Kyle Sovine, the 6'9" senior from New Haven, in the start down low, as well as Keegan Comer, the 6'3" senior from Portland, Indiana, followed by Evan Henry, the 6'1" junior. And you also have number 23, Bryce Lean-Hoop, going to get the start, as well as the sophomore Billy Dolsack, sharpshooter from outside. For your Foresters, I know Noah has the starting lineup for us here.
Yeah, really starting out, you've got Connor Platt for Huntington. He is a freshman guard out of Huntington, Indiana. Also, you have Mason Coverstone, number 20, sophomore, 6'6", from Columbia City, Indiana. But you also have number 10, Mike Bush, and we talked a lot about him in the pregame. He's a guard junior, 5'7", from out of South Bend, Indiana. He went to John Adams High School. Now also you have number 44, Tyler Ahrens. He's a forward. He's a sophomore, 6'8", and he is out of Sweetser, Indiana. Graduated from Muncie Central High School, and then you also have number 45, Daniel Wohl, forward, senior, 6'7", out of Columbia City, Indiana. So, nothing too out of the ordinary for Huntington, and I'm sure there's nothing out of the ordinary for the Cougars as well, just bringing their top 5 just to get everything started here quickly.
You got Chad Lacrosse coaching St. Francis Cougars, as well as Coach Platt right here at the helms for your Huntington University Foresters. So we'll see how these Foresters can fare with St. Francis. Crossroads League matchup on its way. Sovine as well as Wohl gonna be doing the tip. Good crowd on attendance here for the Foresters to start.
Yeah, I would have to say it's probably one of the best crowds that we've had all season. Platt Arena is definitely packed.
Cougars starting with the ball. Comer with it. Coverstone on him. Down low to Sovine. Sovine over the top of Aaron's. Bank shot, good to start.
Yeah, Sovine, you can definitely tell how comfortable he is down there in the post and just going right at Tyler Aarons early, just trying to kind of intimidate him a little bit early too.
Man-to-man defense for St. Francis. Bush looking to isolate Wool on the low block. Now going cross-court to Platt. Back up top to Bush. Long three on the way. Off the front iron, no good for Mike Bush. Comer coming quickly, coast to coast. Easy layup in transition.
Yeah, it seemed like Huntington's defense just was a little miscombobulated a little bit right there.
Comer, the senior, already on the board. Wool picking up his dribble. Now back up to Bush. Picks up a screen. Out to Wool, open for three on the wing. Drills it.
Yeah, and that's big. You really don't see Daniel Wool going out for the three-point basket a whole lot. He is now 6 of 19 for the season. But, you know, Tyler Aarons, just as he's being a big guy himself, he's been absolutely incredible from the three-point arc so far this year. He's 23 of 43, which is he is 53%, which is absolutely incredible for a man his size.
Connor Platt going all the way. We're tied here now. Platt getting on the board. Now Forces up 5-4. 2 minutes in. Lean hoop. Gonna get called for the foul.
Yeah, it's
like Dan Wool got in the way there, line hoop.
Yeah, it's pretty tough because I almost thought that Daniel Wool flopped a little bit.
Yeah, Daniel, there was enough contact really for a foul. Just Wool getting called there almost for a flop. First foul of the game going against Dan Wool. That's crucial for the Foresters just 2 minutes in. Sovine down low, missing the hook shot. Rebound by Coverstone, and here come the Foresters. Screen up top by Aarons. Bush out to Platt. Swing pass to Coverstone. Now Wool up top. Coverstone going baseline, leaves it off for Aarons inside, and that drops.
It's just a great dump down pass from Coverstone to Aarons, and just communication for the Foresters offense this year has been absolutely incredible because they are doing a great job this season of leading in assists. They're one of the top assisters in the nation for Division II, and they've fully deserved that as Chandler White draws a foul.
Chandler White, big-time player here, the sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, came out of Carroll High School, where he's been a main contributor so far for St. Francis, as he's tied leading scorer with Kyle Sovin, both averaging about 15 points per game. Chandler White able to get in there, draw a foul on Connor Platt.
I believe Chandler White was also Carroll High School's leading scorer in the school. So a huge resume that he came into St. Francis with, as number 21 Perry Point Dexter comes in.
Coming in for Sovine. White was able to hit the first there. See, second one on the way. That's good. White only a 67% free throw shooter, however. 1 point advantage now for Huntington, and a foul quickly on Poindexter just in, hedging a bit too hard there on Mike Bush.
Yeah, and that's really going to hurt St. Francis because Poindexter, he wasn't even in there for about 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden he just gets his first foul. So they're really going to have to just keep a hold of that. And Sovine, he was really putting in some good minutes, so I'm not exactly sure why the coach thought to take him out, as Daniel Wool tries to put up another three and misses completely.
Say really long on that one. That just shows kind of the anticipation there, a little antsiness from Dan Wool. This has the feel of just a big-time game. The Foresters really have a lot of pressure on them here, looking for a big win. So we see Henry gonna miss one from the baseline, creating his own shot. Bush rolling right side, looking for the pass. Really good defense here from the Cougars so far. Nothing coming easy for the Foresters as Coverstone lets a long three go and hits right in the face of Comer.
Yeah, really, it looked like Daniel Wool was really trying to get the ball down to Tyler Aarons, but you could see St. Francis, they're playing such good help defense that it's so hard to get the ball down to him as number 23, Bryce Leanenhoop, gets an easy layup.
Yeah, Leanenhoop just lowering his shoulder right in there on Wool. Couldn't pick up that second foul. And just a nice shot there. Bush finds Connor Platt outside for three. That's his money spot. And again, Connor Platt with a three.
Yeah, Connor Platt, just as a freshman coming in here, he has just done a great job as he is averaging 11 points for his first season here at Huntington. Rebounded by Daniel Wool. Now to Mike Bush, trying to push the pace a little bit.
Bush out to Platt again. Wool up top. Gonna get the ball in the hands of Bush now. Also, Connor Platt shooting 45% from outside. Unheard of for a freshman. As Ahrens has it down low on Poindexter. Hook shot off the front iron. 13-8, Forster's on top, coming up on 15 minutes to play in the first half. White with it, driving inside, leaves it off for Leaning Hoop. And it's an easy two. Down low again for number 23, Leaning Hoop.
Yeah, it's pretty tough because he got so low. All he had to do was just take a little jump forward and just bank the ball off the backboard, and that's exactly what he did. And it was, again, it was just an easy two.
Dan Wool going to be fouled shooting two, and that's going to take us to our first under 16 media timeout with 15:07 remaining. Forster's on top, 13-10. When we return from inside Platt Arena, we'll have more Forster basketball action for you. Once again, 13-10, Forster's on top early here inside Platt.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Along with me, I'm joined by Noah Tobias. And at the line, shooting two is going to be Daniel Wool coming out of the timeout. Austin Carazia set to check in after these free throws. And also Solvine back in for Poindexter, who just picked up his second foul for St. Francis. So Poindexter only getting a couple minutes. He was really big for St. Francis last year, double figures in this matchup.
Yeah, Daniel Wool, he is a 83% free throw shooter, and actually, as a team, Huntington is ranked number 3 in free throw percentage with 78%. And that definitely shows that Daniel Wool is able to hit both, and Austin Carazia does check in for him.
See the Foresters 1-2-2 zone here, looking for a trap at the half court. VJ Blackman, as well, the coveted freshman, in for St. Francis as well. 2-3 zone for the Foresters. We see a miss from Henry. Rebound, Solving down low to Lennon, and again an easy two.
Yeah, as soon as they missed the easy three-point shot, really Huntington kind of tried to get back into their defense, but they didn't need to do that because number 23, Leaning Hoop, was right there as Mason Coverstone hits a three of his own.
Second three of the day for Mason Coverstone. He's feeling it early in this contest. Far side, Blackman, who's going to try to answer, and banks in a three from the corner. I wasn't the best physics student, but that's pretty hard to do, Noah. Big shot there for the freshman as we see Coverstone trying for another three. This one too hard at the back iron. Solvine with the rebound. Here comes Chandler White the other way. Driving in, kicked Solvine. Down the line hoop on Carazia. And again, line hoop just bullying inside.
So then all of a sudden, Huntington's lead goes down to 1 point. And so Huntington, they really just need to do a better job of playing tighter defense and really just stick to their man. You know, Huntington's been switching a good amount recently, but for this game, they're not going to switch a ton as Austin Carazia puts up a three and misses. Tyler Ahrens does a great job of pulling that down.
And the Force are going to get a second look here. Up by one, and feed inside to Carazia White. able to break that pass up. Here comes Blackman. Inside, loses control. Puts up the shot, gonna miss, and gonna go to the Foresters.
Yeah, it's tough because that was almost a double dribble by Blackman, but the official didn't necessarily think so because he said that he was bobbling it a little bit, but that call really could have gone either way.
Kyle Platt checking in for Mason Coverstone. As well, we'll see Evan Henry checking out. And then be Colin Latzenheiser, 6'2" freshman from Convoy, Ohio. Bush left side, works inside. Outside Carazia, extra pass to the corner to Platt. Now Bush with it back up top. Nearly losing the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Aarons on the low block. Going over the top of Solvine, can't find his touch.
Yeah, it seems like Tyler Aarons is just feeling a little uncomfortable down there tonight, and that's not his usual. As Lehman Hoop just throws the ball away, Solvine couldn't quite get to it in time.
Lean Hoop coming out. We're going to see Stephen Turner, the 6'6" junior from Cordsville, coming in. As well as Tyler Aarons sitting down, and Trevor Lockwood coming in for the first time tonight.
Yeah, really what Huntington is trying to do with Trevor Lockwood, after he had his low ankle sprain injury, they're trying to get him just a few more minutes every so often that they can. Austin Carazia ends up throwing the ball away. Same thing that basically just happened on the other side of the court.
18-17, Foresters on top, 12:30 to go, and now sloppy play from both sides. Another turnover for St. Francis. We'll see Chandler White checking out. Comer back in for the Cougars.
Really a lot of miscommunication between the number 3 ranked St. Francis Cougars.
Well, we talked about this, Noah, this game. High intensity, a lot of emotion going in from both sides. Both teams playing really hard these first 5 minutes, and we're starting to see some fatigue now with the subs coming in. And just some middle mistakes. You see Bush inside, missing the shot, and going to stay with Huntington.
And you can obviously see how Huntington is playing. They want this. They really do want it. Only being 2-4 in the conference, they want to make a huge impact in this conference.
With the wins coming against Spring Arbor, you know they won by 30 in the last contest, and beating Grace. Haven't had that premier win yet in conference play. Foresters desperately need one. We see Carazia lining up a 3, top of the key. It's off to the right. Latzenheiser with it. Now working it around Blackman, far side. Getting cut off by Bush. Comer with it. Platt out on him. That's Kyle Platt. Solvine inside. Lockwood getting a hand on it. It looked like Solvine still able to finish.
Yeah, Solvine, he is such a powerhouse down low, and it is so hard to stop him. And you can see right there, Trevor Lockwood did a great job of trying to get a hand on it. He's been playing really tight defense on Solvine, but just unable to stop him.
With that shot, Cougars take the lead as Lockwood tries to answer and does over the top of Solvine. And now the Foresters back with a 1-point advantage.
And that's a huge big man move, and especially with Trevor Lockwood only being able to play just a few minutes each game, trying to get his tempo back with Crossroad League games. As Blackman jacks up a 3, misses. Carazia brings down the rebound.
Strong rebound there from the senior. Carazia has been struggling from outside so far, but still playing hard. Like to see that from the senior. Up top, Bush. Trying to get the offense set now. Screen coming from Lockwood, 10 to shoot. Bush calling his own shot and going to be called for the travel.
Oh, and the officials, there was actually a discrepancy among them, and so it's actually going to be a foul against, I believe, number 24, VJ Blackman. That'll be his first, team's 3rd foul.
It definitely was a close call there. Blackman did reach. Just a question of who had the travel first of the reach. This one going to go in favor of the Foresters. 10:46 remaining in the first half. 20-19, Huntington with the lead. Murder into the game for the first time as well. We'll see Dan Wool back in. We saw Connor Platt and Austin Carazia take a seat.
And with that foul, Huntington got a fresh 30 on the shot clock, which is really in their favor.
Wool wants it inside. Has line and hoop on him. 10 to shoot. Backing him down on the low block. Turn around, over the top, around and out. And here comes Comer up quickly to Blackman. Cutting inside, layup no good. Rebound to Turner, back out to Blackman for a long two. That's no good. Rebound to Bush, and the Foresters are looking to run. Bush wants the three, takes it. Around and out. That ball was halfway down. The Foresters right now can't buy a bucket.
Really, St. Francis can't buy a bucket either. Not getting the ball to be able to go down the hoop. Really just down in the lane.
Lane hoop. Working it down low now. Turner with it. Swatted by Wool. Blackman right there. Swatted away by Lockwood. Ball in play. Wool has it. Looking to go coast to coast now. Euro inside and a foul. Exciting minute of action there, Noah. Leading to a foul on St. Francis. And we'll see Dan Wool at the line shooting two. Foul on Lotzenhauser. That's his first and the team's fourth.
Yeah, really early on, the fouls are starting to rack up just a little bit by St. Francis, and hopefully they won't get into foul trouble because then they're going to have to start putting in a lot more subs, as Daniel Wool is now 3 of 3 for the night.
Lockwood coming out, Aaron's back in. Coverstone as well coming back in for Kyle Platt. BJ Blackman checking out, and Henry back in for him for the Cougars. Really up and down style of play from both teams. And have a lot of tired legs tomorrow morning, Noah.
Yeah, definitely is. Daniel Wool is now 4 of 4 for the night. Just a great job by him trying to make his free throws, because in this game, free throws will matter a ton. And yet again, St. Francis throws the ball away with some miscommunication and just a bad pass.
And another turnover for St. Francis starting to add up against them. Forces with the 3-point lead, coming up on 9 minutes to play in the first half. Henry on Bush, going up top, Coverstone, long three, gonna be off to the right. His first miss of the night.
And that three, I think, was just a little bit out of his range. He took a few steps back from the 3-point line, and I honestly can't remember when he has shot anything that far back.
Henry, corner three, able to drill it, and we're tied at 22 now. This Cougar team real tough, led by a couple veterans. Forces, though, fighting.
I think for this Huntington Forester team, confidence will be the key. Confidence in their shot, confidence in the just make the shots.
Wool throwing this one away. Cougars with the steal. Now Lotzenheiser with a quick three in transition. That's no good. Aaron's with the rebound, and again, Bush with it. Pull up three in transition, drops. And finally, Mike Bush gets one to find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, Mike Bush, just a great player. He is averaging 15.4 points a game for the Foresters, and just a really remarkable first season with the Foresters so far this year. And a miss from number 23, Leonhoop,
who's had almost anything he's wanted down low. Had a really good move, just couldn't get that one to roll in for him. Bush with the screen from Wool. Looking for the roller, finds Wool inside. Beautiful pass and finish.
And there's another assist for Mike Bush. He is just going to start racking them up early, and to get 10 assists against this St. Francis defense, it would be absolutely unbelievable.
Good defense here from Bush on Henry. Now line hoop again with it. One-on-one with Aarons. Back out to Henry. Back down on the line hoop, has time, draws the double. Comer now spots up the three. It's no good. Rebound to Bush. Bush doesn't have numbers here. Goes behind the back. Go to Aaron's inside. Layup good with the runner. And a quick timeout from Coach Lacrosse as Platt Arena rumbling 29-22. Foresters with the advantage. We'll stay right here with a 30-second timeout. 7:04 remaining. Noah, Foresters out on top.
First of all, that was an absolutely insane behind-the-back pass to Tyler Ahrens. And then for Tyler to have, again, that confidence to take the ball from the top of the key and drive it down low all by himself is just unbelievable. And that shows how confident this transfer sophomore really is. And Huntington is just so glad to have him here because he does a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff for Huntington's offense.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen how he's become the leading scorer. The confidence, like you mentioned earlier, to take it inside there. And what I like from Tyler Ahrens is he uses his whole length there. He holds the ball up, doesn't put the ball on the ground too often, really plays to his strengths. As we see Austin Carazia in, as well as Connor Platt, Dan Wool, Mason Coverstone getting a breather. Henry back with it, now looking down low. Line hoop with it, and he's going to be called for steps.
And that's a huge break for Huntington because really Lean Hoop, he was driving in like there was no tomorrow, and he was a little out of control.
As he's going to take us to our under 8 media timeout now. 29-22, Foresters on top. When we return, more first half action. And we're back here inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside joined by Noah Tobias. I'd like this time to thank all of our 105.5 WQHU Forester radio listeners. We have an exciting one for you here. 29-22, Huntington with the lead over the third-ranked Cougars. Under 7 minutes to play now in the first half. Bush with it now with the Foresters. Murder has it out on the wing. Foresters now working it around the perimeter. Down low to Carazia. Bodies it inside for 2, right over line and hoop.
Yeah, Carazia also another senior for the Foresters. Just, again, not being too intimidated by
Bush
by
with the steal. Coming quickly, he has the numbers. Behind the back pass to Carazia. Gets the transition layup in a beautiful anticipation there from Mike Bush with the steal.
Foresters now up by 11 points and just unreal transition offense for the Foresters.
How about Carazia, the big fella running the floor as well. 11-point advantage like you mentioned, Noah. Line Noop with it, draws the double. Back out to Henry, and a reach going to be called on Carazia.
Yeah, he was getting pretty physical down low, and honestly, it does not surprise me that the official called the foul.
Only the third team foul, though, the first half. The refs have been letting these guys play. Only 7 total fouls in this first half. Cougars get into their set. Comer with it, looking for a pass. Murder on him, though. Works it down low. Solvine with it, swatted by Carazia. Cougars still with the possession, 10 to shoot. Comer inside, floater no good. And now a foul going to be called, I believe, on Tyler Ahrens. Oh, no, excuse me, going to be on Austin Carazia. That'll be Carazia's second foul, the team's 4th. That'll put Light and Hoop at the line, shooting 2. First free throw, no good from Lean Hoop. Only a 63% free throw shooter.
Yeah, definitely not really consistent. But really, this game, it will focus on free throws. At the end of the game, it's going to really determine who hit the most free throws.
Second one good as we see Dan Wolf checking back in for Austin Carazia as well. Lead down to 10. Forsters with it. Bush out to Wool. Right back now to Bush, open for three. And gonna roll out again for Mike Bush. Not getting a friendly roll tonight.
Yeah, that was just unlucky. He made a great shot selection, but it was unable to just roll in.
Once again, line hoop with it. Looking inside, Solvine fouled and one. Caught Tyler Ahrens a little sleep there on the defensive end.
That foul will be on Tyler Ahrens, and I believe that is his first foul, team 5th.
And the Cougars with a run of their own now have the lead trimmed to 7 with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. See what the Foresters have in store. Wool with it on the elbow. Outside to Ahrens, lets the three go, and that's good. Nice answer from the sophomore.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Tyler Ahrens is a 53% three-point shooter, and just being that big of a man, it's pretty. You don't see all that often of a big guy like that trying to hit a lot of threes, but that will be Tyler Ahrens' second foul, team 6th, and Trevor Lockwood is going to be set to check in.
The foul's starting to add up now for the Foresters. Ahrens with 2, Carazia with 2. Also the team's 6th foul with 4:30 remaining in the first half. And I like the game plan here from the Cougars. Really starting to use Sullivan line hoop to their advantage inside. Really trying to power the Foresters. We saw Trevor Lockwood getting ready to check in. Coach Platt pulled him from the table after discussing it over with some of his assistants.
Yeah, very interesting game plan by Coach Platt. Really not that worried about Tyler's second foul. Willing to play with that.
We see Turner coming back in. Line hoop going to take a seat now. VJ Blackman as well coming in for Comer. Foresters up 36-28. Double screen up top for Bush. Looking for some movement. Platt with it outside. Back up top to Murder for three. Off the mark. Solvine now with the board. Here comes Chandler White the other way. Sees a crease. Works inside. Layup no good. Ahrens with the rebound.
It's just a great job by Huntington, just trying to get all the defensive rebounds that they can, because they don't want Huntington to get those second chance opportunities, because if they do, St. Francis will take advantage of it as Devin Murder commits a traveling violation.
We see Lockwood now ready to check in for Tyler Ahrens with 3:55 remaining in the first half. Things starting to slow down a little bit later on in this first half. Had a lot of excitement there for a while. Both teams, once again, getting a little sloppy offensively. Solvine with the three, going to leave it short. Turner with the offensive rebound out to Henry for three. And a clean look for Henry.
Yeah, like I said, those second look opportunities for the Cougars are just really going to hurt the Foresters.
Second chance points really going to hurt them, like you mentioned. See what the Foresters respond now. 20 on the shot clock. Bush down to Wool, draws the double, has it poked away. And now St. Francis coming. Henry leaving it open for White in the corner for three, and Coach Platt would like a timeout with the lead down to 2. 30-second timeout from Coach Platt. 36-34, 3:06 remaining in the first half, and St. Francis too good of a team to go away, Noah.
Yeah, really, St. Francis, they're doing a great job of hitting a lot of wide open three-point shots. They're actually 43% from the three-point arc, and just a lot of miscommunication down here for Huntington as they weren't sure who was guarding Chandler White. Chandler White is a 40% three-point shooter, and so if you're going to leave him open just like they did right there, he's going to hit him about every single time because you're not trying to challenge him for that basket at all.
Yeah, really the force are going to have to, it comes down to just rebounding a little better on the defensive end. We know some of the bigs here are in some foul trouble, can't be as physical as they maybe would like to be, but still, nonetheless, going to have to figure out how to rebound here in these last 3 minutes and try to keep a lead going into halftime. That would just be big for the mental side of the game for the Foresters. We see Wool driving inside, hanging layup, no good. And St. Francis with the chance to tie or take the lead. And Lockwood going to be called for the foul inside on Turner.
And that will be Trevor Lockwood's first foul, team 7, so it will be the 1-and-1 bonus for the remainder of this half for the Cougars. And Trevor Lockwood, he had his hands really just wrapped around Turner, and it forced the refs to call a foul.
First shot good from Turner. Second one going to be on its way. Turner only taken 4 free throws up to this point. Second one no good. And we'll see a foul going the other way. This one on White. Wrapping around Trevor Lockwood. That's going to be the team's 5th and White's 1st.
Yeah, and Chandler, he was just being a little too aggressive trying to go after that rebound. I honestly love his intensity, but I think at that point, that was just a little too much.
White all over Bush here. Bush getting around him, working inside. Has it hit away. Henry with it. Now here comes White. Looking for Blackman. He'll drive inside, swatted by Wool. Ball on the ground. Dan Wool once again with it, now looking to push in transition. He has numbers. Inside is going to be fouled. Some of the Cougar faithful looking for a traveling violation on Dan Wool. Instead, going to be a foul.
And that foul is going to be committed on Steven Turner. That is his first, team 6. So the next foul that St. Francis commits will put the Foresters into the 1-and-1 bonus, as well as Dan Wool is now 5 for 5 for the night. And Mason Coverstone will be substituting in for Kyle Platt.
Big first half so far for Dan Wool. Huge block, leads to 2 the other way for him. We'll see Solvine checking in now for Turner. 2:23 remaining in the first half. Foresters with the 3-point edge over the 3rd-ranked St. Francis University Cougars. White getting it past half court. Hunting Blackman on the far side. White driving right side. Going to be blocked by Lockwood. Solvine right there to clean it up, though. No one there to rebound.
Yeah, really what Coach Platt would really like for Trevor to do is go up with both hands and try to actually rebound the ball while you're trying to swat him down just a little bit, because you just swatted away, you gave St. Francis just a free basket right there.
15 on the shot clock. And Bush now gets it up top. 10 to shoot. Screen from Wool, picks up his dribble, out to Platt. Platt with a long 2, going to be off the mark. And now here comes Blackman pushing in transition, goes to line and hoop. Swatted by Dan Wool on the backboard. LeBron James-esque. And the Foresters now with possession. Minute 20 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, really, Huntington just needs to slow down their offense.
Lockwood with an advantage there on Henry. Said the Foresters now moving it around, 10 to shoot. Wool wants it, line hoop on him. He'll go in the middle, shot no good from Dan Wool.
St. Francis fans really wanting a foul on Trevor Lockwood, trying to swat the ball away from Sovine, and just I think he really got all arm right there.
Cross-court pass to Blackman for 3. That's around and out. Line hoop going to have it swatted away and going to stay with St. Francis. 44 seconds remaining, 38-37. Foresters with the advantage. A lot of emotions running high right now inside Platt Arena from both sides.
And that's just the Crossroads League play. I mean, just every single game is so competitive. It doesn't really matter if you're first or last in the conference. Every game is just a huge game for everybody.
24 on the shot clock for the Cougars. Line hoop with it. Draws the double, has it poked away. Lockwood goes on the ground. Solvine going up and is fouled by Dan Wool.
And that's tough because, you know, as soon as Dan Wool left his feet, it was really just a mistake. And I know he has made a couple huge blocks this game, but he really needs to just learn to stay on his feet. And he does commit his second personal foul, team's 8th, with 31 seconds left to go in this first half. And really, with him picking up his second foul here in this first half, it's really tough now going into that second half, because now you have him with 2 fouls, you have Tyler Ahrens with 2 fouls, and then you also have another big guy, Austin Carazia, with 2 fouls.
So that's exactly where St. Francis has been imposing their will, is on the inside. As Solvine at the line shooting 2 with a chance to put St. Francis ahead late in the first half, as we'll see Tyler Ahrens checking in for Trevor Lockwood. Forcers, though, can hold for the last shot. 31 seconds to play, 30 going to be on the shot clock. As Solvine hits that, and we'll see Turner coming in for Solvine. 1 point advantage for St. Francis. They've really clawed their way back into this first half. 39-38, 30 seconds to go. Forsters going to get the last shot.
And this is a huge possession for the Forsters, because just like you said earlier, Logan, it'd be huge for the Forsters' confidence to going into the locker room at halftime leading just by a point or 2, because they know that they did hustle a lot better than St. Francis, and they made a lot of really great plays.
8 to shoot. Bush inside, leaves it off for Wool, goes up and is fouled with 4 seconds remaining. Foul going to be on line hoop. That's his first.
Yeah, and that's huge, because Dan Wool, you saw that he wanted it so bad. He wanted to make these free throws so bad, and he does make his first to tie the game up.
Boehmer going to check in now for Turner. Nice offensive substitution for St. Francis. Still has 4 seconds on the clock. Forsters do not want to foul here. One more shot here for Wool. Once again, able to rattle it home. So now Forsters with a 1 point advantage. Do not want to foul. 2 seconds. Blackman lets a 3 fly. No good. And the Forsters will go into halftime up 40-39 over the third-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars. I'm Logan Hunt. Along with me, I have Noah Tobias. It's FGN Sports. We'll be back.
Being a part of the film department here at Huntington University is amazing. We have brilliant professors who are willing to teach us everything that they've known from being out in the field. First semester last year, I got the opportunity to work on the department film, Gift of Hope, where we had actual professionals in the field today come and work with Huntington students on a film.
Students here at Huntington University have an opportunity to focus on story, and they discover universal themes that matter to everyone, and they're able to integrate their faith into their filmmaking. This is very unique. It's something special about Huntington. Recently, we took a trip to Chicago for our seniors to be able to cast talent for their senior films. And there was such an array of talent available to them. It's great to be close to such a wonderful urban production center. One of the things that gets me so excited is to see the quality of the student films and how they improve every year. We're sending such strong filmmakers out into the working world, and as their films get better and better, it just excites us to see that level of filmmaking, and this is the most rewarding thing about teaching at Huntington.
So Fusion Media is kind of this idea to bring broadcasting and film production together. Just doing media, but maybe not in the news field or in the radio field as broadcasting was.
With Fusion Media, you're not stuck in this cookie cutter route to become a news anchor or a radio DJ. There's so much more you can do with it.
Fusion Media is a way to take those everyday experiences and bring them to the students now, in the moment.
I would say there's so many opportunities for you guys to make an instant impact. We have HTV, we have live stream, we have Fuse FM. Like, we're ready for you right now.
It's so exciting as a freshman to be able to come in and right away be doing hands-on things like being a part of HTV and the radio station. And for a freshman coming in, that's so exciting to be able to do those things.
It's just really new. It's the newest idea that's been out. So no other school is going to offer a broadcast fusion media degree. We're the only one that does that. When you come to HU, you're able to really open your field and to be not just a reporter or not just a videographer, but to become someone who's multi-talented. So you can be on air, you can run a camera, you're kind of a one-man band sort of thing. You're really just given the chance to kind of run with ideas and to make stories and to create them interesting from the ground up. And that's a cool opportunity that you're not allowed to do anywhere else.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church would have the skills and the knowledge that they need.
Some of what I'd want our program to be known for is being really clear-minded about linking our own program vision with the Lord's vision for His people and for the kingdom. What we want to do is be faithful to that which He's called us to. And some of that would be that we believe that the Church of Jesus Christ is going to be well served when it's populated and led by people who have stories of being reached by Christ and are now being well formed to follow Him no matter what the cost.
The alumni office at Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really an honor and a privilege to be a Forester. I knew that this was going to be the university that I was going to graduate from, and I have friends here that will be lifelong.
We have a lot of people that ask us, what does DMA mean?
That's a really good question.
More than just, the study of film or animation.
DMA is digital media arts. It's a relatively new term. I mean, it's been a program here at Huntington for probably 8 years.
It is a look into a whole new culture.
We are the fastest growing major on campus, and I think that has to do with the times.
The famous quote by Plato that the storytellers change the culture.
This is a time in the history of our people when we really want to tell stories.
Story?
The story is what matters so much.
It's expanded in such a way that
we're just discovering what these tools can do.
Just now finding out what it means to be a digital filmmaker or a digital animator or a digital broadcaster.
I thought I knew what it meant. I thought it meant VeggieTale videos meets gaming meets Hollywood film. And then we hired a couple guys from VeggieTales, Steve and Brian.
When I was first asked to come and help start a program in digital media, I thought, I'm an animator, what do I know about digital media? Well, it turns out that animation is digital media. We started the program in 2005. There were a handful of students that were chomping at the bit.
I just knew that there was something happening in the world of web and animation and film and television, and how do we make this all come together? And that's really was the birth of digital media arts.
We start with a conversation about what that means, what are the responsibilities of being a media maker in this culture.
We offer not only technical training, but we offer all kinds of theory about why you do what you do.
Oui, it's abstract.
We're trying to help students put on their lens as an artist and go, how can I kind of make the connections between my faith and my art, and what does that look like?
But from there we start to go in very separate ways. The animators tend to have much more of an interest in the graphic arts, in drawing and creating their own images. When we launched the animation side of things, we wanted to make a clear footprint in this arena of play. Sort of like kindergartners for college students.
My grandpa, he really likes dynamite.
So that's where the traditional media, the clay, the sand, those kind of things came in as a great introduction and as a way to sort of capture the enthusiasm that the students were bringing to this medium.
Had a lot of interest in illustration, animation, fine arts, and the thing about this program is it ties a lot of those elements together.
So that back and forth between the analog and the digital world in so many different ways. It's really, really exciting right now. The technology is making it very doable, and it's making for work that's animation we've never really seen before. It's kind of cool.
This is tremendously important to think about. We put it off. Death is swept under the carpet in our culture, in the hospital, They try to keep you alive as long as possible in utter desperation. They won't tell you that you're going to die.
I think film has a very unique place in the prism of digital media arts.
It gives our students a lot of opportunities to do hands-on.
Hi everyone and welcome back inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside joined by Noah Tobias, and your Huntington University Foresters right now lead the third-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars 40-39 in what's been an exciting first half matchup so far. Already a couple of the big name stars showing their names, stars shining bright. We've had a lot of excitement, a lot of threes, a lot of up and down the court type of running style of game, exactly what we've kind of anticipated.
Yeah, definitely, and just the pace of this offense for really both teams have been just so incredibly fast. In Huntington, they've played a couple of games where really they've had to push the tempo of their offense, but I don't really know anything like this, Logan. I mean, just St. Francis, they move so quickly in their offense already, but then just Daniel Wool trying to push the basketball, just him taking the ball up, or even when Mike Bush is just sprinting down the court, it's absolutely unbelievable just to see how well these Foresters are just transitioning from one kind of an offense that they're used to, just quickening the pace a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a Crossroads League game. It feels more like a Saturday type of game. It has that type of atmosphere. There's a huge crowd here on hand. I have a lot of people here. I want to thank the Marion High School band that came and played, a nice pet band for us as well. Really up the atmosphere here inside Platt Arena, and really can feel the intensity of this game, the force and how badly they won, and particularly Dan Wool.
Yeah, definitely. He's done a great job so far in this game of just really making some smart plays. You know, he's done a great job of, he's actually started our game off with a three-point basket, and something we don't really usually see out of him. But just kind of looking at some stats over this first half, really, Dan Wool, he was our leading scorer, Huntington's leading scorer with 13 points. He also had 5 rebounds. Mike Bush, he only had 3 points, but already up to his average of 10 assists, which is absolutely unbelievable, coming in one half of basketball versus number 3 ranked in the nation. And then Tyler Ahrens, he had 7 points, 4 rebounds, and Huntington is actually shooting 45% from the field, so not too bad. Bryce Liedenhoop for the Cougars, he had 11 points and 6 rebounds, really just an all-around great half of basketball from him. And also another senior, Kyle Sovine, he had 11 points and 8 rebounds. I was kind of surprised about how many times they took him out, but every time he came back in, he would play with the exact same intensity as he did coming out of the basketball game. And then also wrapping up St. Francis, Evan Henry, he had 6 points and 2 big steals for the Cougars, and St. Francis is also shooting 38%. So really a little lower than their average for a half. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams will come out of the locker room here and finish this game off, Logan.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We saw St. Francis really go to their bigs, like Solon and Liedenhoop, towards the end of the first half, and they found something that worked there, and the Foresters still got themselves in some foul trouble. Like we mentioned, Ahrens and Wool both out there with 2 fouls, Karazia as well with 2. So we'll see how Coach Platt and the Foresters manage it as Wool goes to work early and gets 2 easy points. Glad to see Dan Wool still on a hot streak here for the Foresters.
Yeah, and just the confidence builder for him, just shooting 8 of 8 free throws in the first half alone is just absolutely incredible and is huge for this Foresters offense, as another turnover for the Cougars has just occurred.
Yeah, Mason Coverstone coming up with the ball there. Ball's poked away there from Liedenhoop. As we see Bush with it for Huntington. Force is working around looking for Dan Wool inside. Has Solvine on him. Keeping his eyes open now. Inside over Solvine. Goes to the ground. No foul call. Going to be a block there for Solvine.
At the end of the first half, St. Francis, they had 5 turnovers, and their Foresters had 6 turnovers. Another miss from Solvine, and Mike Bush bringing the ball up, pushing the pace, passing it to Mason Coverstone, and an easy layup for them. Huntington up 5 points now here in the second half.
And there's your 11th assist for Mike Bush already. It's right, 11 is what he's tallied so far. And we'll see a foul on the ground going on Connor Platt. First foul of the half, just over a minute in. On the floor for your Forester is going to be Dan Wool, Tyler Ahrens, Mike Bush, Mason Coverstone, and Connor Platt. That was your starting 5. Coach Platt elected to stay with it. Cross-court pass, Homer with it. Working inside, turnaround Jay. Going to be too hard And Lion Hoop going to lose it out of play.
And a great job by Mason Coverstone, not really bidding for that shot fake at all. Stays on his feet. He's really had a lot of trouble with that recently. Of just whenever they pump fake, he will jump up really just out of his shoes, but does a great job of just staying on his feet right there.
I mean, a kickball violation there on Chandler White. You see the Cougars sticking with their starting 5 as well on the floor. Forsters with the 5-point advantage so far. Coverstone, the inbounder, going to Wool. So now we see Ahrens with it, finding Bush, 15 to shoot. Bush rolling in the middle, cross-court pass to Ahrens. Mishandles the ball and loses it out of bounds. Turnover for the Foresters.
And that'll be a little bit of a confidence booster for the Cougars, too. Just kind of seeing Huntington miscommunicate a little bit and Tyler Ahrens just not being able to hold on to the basketball.
Comer looking for Sovine inside. Goes over the top. And that's good again for Kyle Sovine, the 6'9" senior from New Haven, Indiana. One possession game now. Bush driving inside, going baseline, going to step on the baseline.
Yeah, and that's tough. Mike Bush just trying to really put it all on himself, trying to get the ball down low and just make a really nice pass out. But, that's not the first time that's happened that he stepped on the baseline.
Comer taking it inside, loses the ball going up. And now here come the Foresters. Bush with it. Going out to Ahrens for 3. It's going to be off to the left. Lion Hoop with the rebound. Chandler White coming quickly the other way, and he'll draw contact from Connor Platt.
And it's tough because Chandler White, he's just so quick, so fast, and he's able just to make a really smart play and just going into Connor Platt, and because that's going to be his 3rd foul of the game, and that'll be the Foresters' 2nd team foul.
That's going to be Connor Platt's 3rd foul. And that's huge there. Sharpshooter outside. We'll see Devin Murder checking in now for Connor Platt. So Chandler White able to hit the free throw. White with a chance to get this down to a 1-point game for St. Francis. Shot good as well.
St. Francis was 9 of 11 there in that first half with their free throw shooting, which is 82%. So definitely something that they can improve on here in this second half.
Bush wants the 3 and takes it. Going to be off the mark. Henry with it far side. Up top line hoop. Line hoop driving right side. Layup no good. Wool with the rebound, gets it taken away by Comer. And now a blocking foul on Dan Wool. He's going to be inside the restricted area. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Dan Wool. And just like that, Coach Platt sending Austin Carazia to the scorers table.
Yeah, it's really going to be tough for the Foresters now because now they have 2 really big players with 3 fouls in this ball game.
First shot good from Lion Hoop. Now tied up at 44 with 16:50 remaining in the ball game. It's a crucial time now for the Foresters. A couple starters out of the game. See how they can respond. Second shot no good. We'll stay tied at 44.
Now I think the next couple of possessions for the Foresters are going to be very, very important as Tyler Ahrens takes up a 3-point shot and makes it. And that's going to be huge for him, huge for his confidence for shooting that 3 ball because he knows he can shoot it at a very decent percentage.
Line Hoop with it now, going to work on Carazia. Draws the double out to White for 3, and there's the answer. Chandler White, 40% from outside. Able to tie it up now at 47. Bush, pump fake, inside now out to Coverstone for three, leaves it short. Henry with the shot. Now Comer coming the other way quickly, gets it blocked by Coverstone and Ahrens, both get a hand on it. And the Foresters gonna get into an offensive set.
And that's
Bush inside Carazia, easy too.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed to do. And just they needed to slow the ball down and really just run a certain play. And they just executed that absolutely perfectly as Chandler White jacks up a three, misses it completely. Solvine gets it, and he passes it to Austin Carazia.
Foresters don't have numbers here. Bush finding Carazia for three. Got it!
And that is going to be huge also for Austin Carazia's confidence. He missed a couple there in the first half, and so now, again, just kind of getting into his rhythm, just trying to fight back against all that negativity in his head from the first half, and he's doing a great job of that.
Bit of a swing here now. Down low, Solvine going up with Ahrens. Linehoop gets the offensive rebound. They would put it back in for two, and we'll see a quick timeout here from St. Francis.
And it's tough because Tyler Ahrens, you know how badly he really just wants to go after the ball and fight for it as hard as he can. But he has two fouls, and he does not want to pick up his third foul here right in the very beginning of the second half. He's really just got to keep being smart with himself and smart with how he is going to challenge for the basketball.
Yeah, definitely. We mentioned those next couple possessions going to be crucial for the Foresters. Now they have a 52-49 lead. It really felt like St. Francis was starting to gain a little bit of momentum. And just like that, Mike Bush makes some plays, finds some open guys like Carazia and Ahrens, the big guys stepping out, hitting some big shots. And let's not discredit also the defensive efforts of Mason Coverstone. Really, what he does doesn't necessarily get into the box score all the time. Really a solid defender, really comes up with some crucial rebounds at times that may not seem as crucial for some players. But really, Mason Coverstone, kind of a glue guy here for the Foresters.
Yeah, definitely. He has improved dramatically in his years here at Huntington, and you can definitely tell when you just look at his defense, just like you were talking about.
Lockwood into the game for Ahrens, has it down low, out to Carazia for another quick three, and again, Carazia knocking it down.
Again, the confidence, it is just a huge thing in these big games. You do not want to lose it, or you will just won't have a great game at all.
And a reach-in foul on Carazia, not a smart foul there on Carazia. That's going to be his third. And that will take us now to our under-16 media timeout with your Foresters on top. 55-49, 14-26 remaining in the ball game. Don't go anywhere. I have a classic stirring up here inside Platt Arena.
Chapel is important because it gives us that moment as a corporate body to come together, to be unified under one sole purpose, and that purpose being the worship of God. You know, we have many different majors, many different job responsibilities that we do here, but the one thing that we all have in common is our love and affinity for the Lord. And it's important because it gives us an opportunity to express that at the same time in the same location. And so there are some elements that are important to have as a foundation in any service. Number one is Jesus. If Jesus isn't magnified, glorified, honored, and worshiped in any setting, then that's not the type of service that we want to have demonstrated here. So Christ has to be the chief cornerstone of everything that we do in the service. It flows around, it receives its instruction from Christ.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. On the floor for your Foresters is going to be Lockwood, Carazia, Bush, Coverstone, and Murder. On the floor for the Cougars, Poindexter back in, as well as Turner, Henry, Comer, and White.
Poindexter does have two fouls against him, so he's going to have to be careful to not pick up his third here early in the second half as well.
Lockwood, the only big without foul trouble for the Foresters right now. Cougars looking for Poindexter inside. Finally get it to him. Going to work on Lockwood. And the hook shot's good from Perry Poindexter. Got only a couple minutes of playing time because of those early two fouls, like you mentioned, Noah. Bush, step back, going over the top of White. got partially blocked. And now the Foresters reset with 15 on the shot clock.
Huntington just doing a great job of just trying to be calm and try to set up a play. There's Devin Murder for three, and he makes it.
It's going to be a long two for Devin Murder. Going to say his foot was on the line there from the corner. Nonetheless, Murder doesn't take too many shots, but able to be very consistent with his shot when he does.
And that's always the worst, when you just have your foot on the line, and a foul will be committed by Huntington. I believe that's going to be on Trevor Lockwood. That will be his second personal foul. Team fifth for the Foresters. St. Francis has yet to commit a foul here in this second half, so that's a really big stat, I feel like, here in the second half so far.
Yeah, definitely. Five team fouls already on the Foresters with over 13 minutes to play. No fouls here on the Cougars. Done a nice job coming out and defending strong. We said Henry at the line, able to hit the first. Second one good as well. So a 4-point lead for the Foresters as Lotzenheiser comes in for Henry. Also, we saw VJ Blackman coming in for Comer. Now the question becomes, how long will Dan Wool and Tyler Aaron stay on the bench for the Foresters? Inside, Lockwood with it on Poindexter. He will be fouled, and one for Trevor Lockwood.
That is a huge athletic move by the big man. And that basket just means so much for the Foresters right now. Is, St. Francis, they went on a little bit of a run. It was only 4 points, but just how the energy switches from team to team is so crucial in this kind of a ball game.
Looking for the old-fashioned three-point play here, Lockwood is. Shot going to be too hard, however. That last foul was on Chandler White, his second for St. Francis. I like this matchup here. Devin Murder on Chandler White as well for the Foresters. Inside, Turner finding Solvine. Hook no good. And a push in the back going to be called here on Lotzenheiser, I believe. Pushing Devin Murder.
And that will be his second personal foul, team second, as Kyle Platt comes in and subs in for Mason Coverstone. Really, like you've been saying this game, Logan, Mason has been playing really outstanding defense. And also, Trevor Lockwood right there, he's done a great job of staying on his feet and really just putting a hand in the shooter's face when they try to do a turnaround jump shot. He's really not bidding for the fakes at all. As Devin Murder makes it look easy and puts in a layup.
Devin Murder going really quick there on the baseline. Caught his defender sleeping. Devin Murder has a quick step. It's a man who can average double figures. He's been plagued by the injury bug here. And we see Lockwood with a rejection on VJ Blackman. And the Foresters right now playing out of their minds. We see Dolsack and Lineup coming in for Turner and Lotzenheiser. And a timeout here from Coach Lacrosse and St. Francis. So it looks like it's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to take a break here from inside Platt Arena. 61-53. Your Foresters on top of the third-ranked Cougars. We'll be back with more Forester men's basketball action.
My name is James Parker and I'm from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. I'm majoring in exercise science under the Department of Kinesiology.
My name is Paris Williams and my major is sports and exercise studies.
Our department really comes in two different areas. The exercise science area, which is interested in the medical aspects of exercise. And the other side of the department looks at recreation and sport management, which is a little bit more in the business and the administrative side of sport.
Growing up, my mother had a lot of difficulties maintaining a healthy weight. And then when I got older, I made it my goal to try and motivate her and help her. And in about a 2-year period, she lost almost 75 pounds. I just saw how her life became better, and I wanted to be able to do that for other people. So it started at home, and hopefully I can impact a lot more households.
I was an exercise science major, but when I got a job here as an athletic trainer, that kind of changed my mind, and that's what I wanted to pursue, so I changed my major to exercise and sports.
We're back here inside Platt Arena. Foresters are going to have to guard this inbound here from St. Francis. Cougars find themselves down by 8. Over 12 minutes left to play, though. White with the ball for the Cougars. Guarded by Mike Bush, 15 on the shot clock. Down the line and hoop. As Kersey on him, draws the double. Up top to Blackman for 3. Around and out. Kersey with the board.
Yeah, just another really big possession for St. Francis because they're trying to come back from this little deficit. As Mike Bush misses a three-point shot, really just battle around, and now finally Dulsack is able to come up with the rebound.
Line hoop inside, able to drop in 2. As he's having a very nice game of his own. Lead now down to 6. Screen up top, Carazia. Force looking to move the ball around here. Bush within 15 on the shot clock. Carazia outside. Platt posting up. Dulsack, and finally a foul going to be called on Billy Dulsack. Kyle Platt, high basketball IQ there, posting up the smaller defender and forcing a foul there. So we see Connor Platt and Tyler Ahrens coming in for Lockwood and Murder. As well as we see a lot of the starters coming back in for St. Francis. Comer and Henry back in.
And Dulsack is actually going to stay out there on the court for St. Francis. And I'm fairly surprised. But now that he's guarding Connor Platt, that's definitely a better matchup for them.
Ahrens inside, shot no good. And the Cougars setting up offensively. Outside Comer. Line hoop finds a hole inside. And again gets 2 more off the glass. So far, Line hoop is making a living inside against the Foresters.
Yeah, Carazia, he tried to fight through the screens, but it's because it was a double screen and his own players were right there along with their the people that they were guarding. It was really tough for him to get through, so Tyler Ahrens had to actually step over, and I hope that in the future Tyler Ahrens will step over just a little bit quicker because that'll just put a huge body just right in front of him.
Bush inside, now back out to Carazia, open 3, around and out. Shots just not falling right now for the Foresters. A little bit of a drought. Line hoop works it out to Henry, sets a screen. Back out to line hoop. And a foul going to be called on the ground on Austin Carazia. That's going to be the team's 6th foul, as well as Carazia's 4th, with 10:20 remaining. And Dan Wool checking back in now for Austin Carazia, and we wondered how long Coach Platt would opt to leave Dan Wool on the bench with 3 fouls. Now we'll see. Important stretch here for the Foresters, only up by 4. Sovine with it, spinning on Ahrens, nowhere to go. Out to Comer. Double team there. Outside Henry for 3, gonna be too hard. And Bush getting the rebound, looking to push. Out to Connor Platt for 3 from the corner. That's hit the side of the backboard. I want to make Coach Platt cringe just a little bit. As Comer finds some space inside and gets an easy 2. Just like that, it's a 2-point game. Under 10 to play.
Yeah, St. Francis, they are so tough in their transition defenses. The timeout will be taken by the Huntington Foresters. Oh, actually, it's going to be taken by, yeah, it will be taken by the Huntington Foresters, and that will be a full timeout. So we will be right back here after a couple commercials. 61-59, Foresters are ahead. We'll be right back.
And we're back here inside Platt Arena. On the floor for your Foresters now, Mason Coverstone, Connor Platt, Mike Bush, Dan Wool, and Tyler Ahrens. Crucial stretch here for the Foresters. Up 61-59, 9:30 remaining in the ball game. We'll see what Coach Platt could draw up out of the timeout. Inside, Ahrens has it. Back out to Wool. Nothing there for the Foresters. Bush back with it, 10 to shoot.
He might be looking for Ahrens to shoot that three, and there he is.
Gonna leave it short. And this time we're gonna have a push in the back here on Comer. And once again, pushing Mason Coverstone, another guy attacking the offensive glass. Said doing the little things right there. Mason Coverstone, not just a three-point shooter for the Foresters. Able to draw that foul there on Comer and give the Foresters a fresh 30.
Comer, that was his first foul, team's fourth. So these fouls are starting to even up a little bit as Dan Wool gets the ball. He goes up for two. He misses, brought down by number 23, Leanhoop.
Leanhoop going all the way before losing it. Bush now with it, 3-on-1. Bounce pass to Platt, and he's going to be called for the travel. Connor Platt couldn't quite handle the ball there. Missed opportunity for the Foresters. Now it looks like we have a wet spot on the ground. Foresters going to try to, the Cougars going to work to clean it up a little bit. We see Devin Murder checking in now for Connor Platt.
Yeah, and that's tough because that ball, the pass was really, really low, and so it was hard for Connor just to kind of bend down there as his momentum was just going forward. It was still a great pass, a great opportunity for the pass. Just Connor Platt, just some really bad circumstances for him as Trevor Lockwood comes back in for the Foresters.
Coming in for Dan Wool, good substitution there. About a minute left to the under 8 timeout. Smart substitution there from Coach Bradick and the Foresters. Cross-court pass, Henry getting it open for three. And now the Cougars on top by 1. That's why they're ranked 3rd in the nation. Still fighting.
So now this will be interesting to see how Huntington will react, what this possession will bring for the Foresters.
Bush out to Murder for three. Answer not quite there. And here comes Comer now quickly the other way. And Lockwood coming up with the steal. And now looking for some help, able to find Bush. Good steal there from Trevor Lockwood, anticipating the entry pass. Coverstone looking for Ahrens inside. Now Bush back with it. Long three from Bush goes in.
And that's absolutely huge from Mike Bush. You do not see that range from him that much often, but really just how they're reacting to shooting, and just with Trevor Lockwood getting that steal was just so big for this Foresters defense. Now a foul will be committed by Mason Coverstone. That'll be, I believe, his first foul of the game. And that'll be the team's 7th. Oh no, actually they're going to call that on Trevor Lockwood. That's going to be his 3rd foul, team 7. So yeah, another big man is in foul trouble. The good news is there's only 7 minutes, 36 seconds left in the game.
We'll see Dan Wool checking in for Lockwood. As well, Chandler White getting back in for Billy Dolsack. Turner coming in for Leanhoop as well. Sovine with one more free throw, looking to tie it up at 64. Shot good, and now Poindexter going to check in for Sovine. 64-64, 7:36 remaining. It's about as close as they can get. Bush bringing it up court for the Foresters. Bush has Turner mismatch now to Coverstone. Wool gonna dish it out to Bush. Long three, and Mike Bush is feeling it over the outstretched arm of Turner.
And those were two really deep three-pointers. I've never really seen Mike Bush even try to attempt that deep of a three before, but to make both of them that he's attempted is absolutely outstanding.
Near turnover there for Poindexter and the Cougars. Instead, Henry with it. Long three, too short. Bush with it and looking to run. Mike Bush now going to have to slow it up. Open for three, instead going to take it. And again, Mike Bush!
Those are a couple threes that you're going as a coach, no. And then all of a sudden he shoots it and makes it, and you're like, okay, well, I guess you can do that.
Those past couple of threes, I don't think Coach Platt was too happy about, except for the fact that he hit them, like you said.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, just because they're so deep, and yet another turnover for the Cougars.
Mike Bush and company has this Platt Arena rocking right now. And just like that, Coach Cross going to have to bring back in Linehoop and Sovine as starters up front and the front court. Turner and Poindexter coming out. After 3 straight threes from Mike Bush, have the Foresters up 70-64 with 6:29 remaining.
And you know what? We saw a little bit of the same thing versus Spring Arbor. The first half, Mike Bush only has 3 points. There he goes again, and he makes it yet again. Mike Bush absolutely just going off in both second half games against Spring Arbor and now St. Francis. Chandler White now draws a foul against Devin Murder, and that basket will count. That will be Devin Murder's, I believe.
It's going to be Tyler Ahrens. Foul going to go against Ahrens. That's his third. Dolzak going to check back in for Comer. Well, let's just address the fact that Mike Bush has hit 4 straight threes. The last one coming off of a beautiful crossover. Good answer here from Chandler White, too, but nonetheless, Mike Bush right now just taking over this ballgame for the Foresters.
Mike Bush only having 3 points in that Spring Arbor game this past Saturday and ended up with 21 points for the game. It was absolutely unbelievable to see that man work. And he's doing the same exact thing tonight versus number 3 ranked St. Francis. And that's also a great job by Chandler White, making a 3-point play himself.
6-point ball game with 6 minutes to go. Foresters on top. Henry draped on to Bush. We saw Lockwood check in for Ahrens as well after Ahrens picked up that third foul. Wool inside, out to cover Stone, 10 to shoot. And Mike Bush back with the ball. Looking to make something happen, weaving inside. Gonna have the ball blocked. Ball gonna go out of play and gonna go to the Cougars.
And that's a tough possession. The ball was really just being batted around all over the place. And all of a sudden now the Cougars get the possession of the ball and trying to make a big shot here with only 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in this ball game.
Wool nearly coming up with a steal there on Linehoop. Sagan to hit it out of bounds with 18 on the shot clock. Force doing a lot better job of trying to deny that entry pass inside. That's where St. Francis has been so dangerous, Noah.
Yeah, St. Francis, that's really been where they're getting all their points. Solvine has just been such a force in this ball game for St. Francis, and they're looking to get it to him again. Yes, they do. He's looking to kick it back out, but Trevor Lockwood being physical. Gets the steal. Mike Bush passes it up to Devin Murray. Pass it over to Mason Coverstone. They're going to call a jump ball now. Really, Coach Platt wanted Devin just to go up and make the shot, but instead he was not trying to be very selfish and give that to a teammate. And now it's a turnover for the Foresters.
It's a jump ball, possession error favoring the Cougars. As we come up on 5 minutes to play, still the Foresters have the 73-67 advantage. A couple defensive stops here would be crucial for Huntington. Outside, Dolzak for 3. Too hard, rebound, Coverstone.
And a good job by Coverstone, just holding on to the ball and just waiting for the point guard to come over so then they can set up a play. Just be patient.
Murder in the corner, giving it back up top to Bush, 15 to shoot. Bush gets the screen from Wool. Finding Wool now top of the key. That shot going to be off the mark. And this one going to stay with the Foresters. Linehoop can't hold on to the ball. He comes up a little bit gimpy there on his ankle, it looks like. Looks to be in a little bit of pain. Going to stay in the game, though.
Coach Lacrosse really wanting an over-the-back call to be called on Trevor Lockwood. The official saying that he went straight up.
A big block there from Sovine on Lockwood. Of course, going to have to get back defensively now for the great stop there from Sovine. And now we're going to see an offensive foul called against St. Francis on Linehoop with the push.
And that'll be Linehoop's first foul, team 5th I'm sorry. It's actually going to be his second foul, team 5th of the half.
Now Turner coming in for Sovine. And that's going to bring Tyler Ahrens in as well for Trevor Lockwood. 4:19 remaining. Still, we are stuck at 73-67. Foresters with the 6-point advantage.
Just a great game by really both teams. Both teams being very physical and just making a lot of really important shots, as now a turnover will be made. Devin Murder tried to save the pass, but the pass was just a little too hot coming over from Tyler Ahrens.
Foresters had a chance here to really extend the lead. Where they've kind of been stuck here at 73. 4 minutes remaining. The third-ranked Cougars on the ropes here inside Platt Arena. Lion Hoop with it. Going to work on Aaron's spin move inside. Reverse. Going to be no good. Traveling violation on Lion Hoop.
For a second, I thought the official was about ready to call a foul on Tyler Ahrens, and that was going to be very, very interesting if that was going to be called.
We see Comer checking in for Dolsack. Again, turnovers going back and forth between these two teams.
It really doesn't seem that the teams are able to make a shot because they keep on committing various turnovers.
Murder with the ball, looking for Coverstone. Pump fakes. Down low, Ahrens. Inside, get fouled. So Tyler Ahrens going to be at the line shooting 2. The foul going to be on Turner. Ahrens a 79% free throw shooter on the season. And the Foresters as a team shoot the free throw very well, shooting 78% as a team. That's 3rd in NAIA. Really some Coach Platt's preached coming into this season. The Foresters have done very well.
That was Turner's second foul committed, and that is the 6th team foul. So the next foul that St. Francis commits will put Huntington into the 1-on-1 bonus. Huntington already at that point. St. Francis already at that point. And now number 20, Billy Dolsack, comes in to replace Turner here in this ball game.
Well, there was a point where the Foresters had 5 team fouls against them, St. Francis with none, and now it's kind of evened out, like 8-6. You see Ahrens missing 2 free throws. Once again, very unusual for Tyler Ahrens. But yet again, we're still stuck at a 6-point game. Inside line and hoop with it. Cross-court pass to Dolsack, corner 3, no good. Wool with the rebound.
And Wool, when Dolsack really just bolted for the baseline, Wool, he did not really follow him. When I saw that, I wasn't really sure how that was going to go, but he was confident that Dolsack was going to miss it, and that is what Dolsack exactly did.
15 on the shot clock, 3 minutes to play. Bush with the ball. Henry out on him, screen up top for Wool. Bush with the mismatch. With line and hoop on him. Crossover inside, gets it stolen away by Comer. Forster's getting back. Murder gonna foul Comer hard inside. Both guys going down, and Murder in some considerable pain there.
He's almost grabbing his shoulder.
You see both guys getting up, walking it off. And now we're gonna see the refs talking about maybe a flagrant foul here. See the refs talking this one over.
It should just be a regular foul on Devin Murder, and that's exactly what it'll be. That'll be Devin Murder's first personal foul, team 9th. So now the next foul that Huntington commits will put St. Francis into the double bonus.
Tell you what, Devin Murder did well there, making it just a regular common foul. He got that hand up going for the ball. He came from behind on Comer there, but still there was the attempt for the ball that really saved him from possibly getting a flagrant foul there. Just a common foul as Comer able to hit the first as well as the second. So 2:44 remaining. Foresters now with the 4-point advantage, 73-69. You mentioned something crucial there, Noah. 9 team fouls on the Foresters. Next foul, St. Francis will be shooting 2 no matter what. Down low, Ahrens with it. Has White on him. Turnaround good for Tyler Ahrens, the leading scorer here for the Foresters.
And that is just his regular shot. It's a great thing when you have a big man that's a lefty, because you always try to force him to go left. And so in this case, he is a lefty, and that works to his advantage. And Daniel Wall gets the wide open rebound miss.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Foresters starting to smell a possible victory here against the third-ranked Cougars for the second consecutive year. Murder with it, 10 to shoot inside, looking for Daniel Wool, and a turnover for the Foresters with 1:52 remaining, 75-69. Sovine coming in now for Dulsac.
And one thing that Coach Platt has done a great job of just telling his players whenever they commit a turnover like that is just let it go. You got to move on. And that's exactly what Huntington needs to do, because they are up by 6 points. Even though that they just committed a turnover, they need to keep their confidence up.
Forester faithful now starting to get behind Huntington as Wool comes up with the steal, finds Murder, and now the Foresters coming up with the big turnover now. 1:20 remaining. Bush inside. Back out to Murder. Going to give it right back to Bush with 15 on the shot clock. Looking to get this down to about a minute. St. Francis needs a stop. Bush with the step back. Taking it inside out to Wool. Pass to Coverstone for three. Gets blocked. 1 minute to play. 6-point ball game. St. Francis has some timeouts here. Have three instead. Comer wants a three. Around and out. Coverstone again with the rebound. And we'll see a jump ball given to St. Francis. Possession error, though, will favor the Foresters.
And honestly, I feel like that is a good call by the officials, because both players wrapped around with the ball, and so that's just what hurt Mason Coverstone. Was just he brought the ball down, and he just kind of crouched over the ball. Now, I did say earlier in the first half that he did a good job of just kind of controlling the ball, but in that situation when there's only 50 seconds left in the ball game, it's really tough, because you know that they're going to want the ball, you know that they're going to want to foul you. But the thing is, Mason Coverstone, he is a fairly decent free throw shooter. He is a 61% free throw shooter, but it's tough in these kind of situations, because Huntington has done a great job in these kind of situations so far this year in making those free throws, because their confidence is just so high. And so at this moment, Huntington, their confidence with a 6-point lead advantage is just over the roof right now. And also they need to contain that confidence and not get overconfident, because once that happens, turnovers will then occur.
Yeah, Foresters right now with the advantage over the Cougars, and really kind of have this game, and they're in control of it right now with 50 seconds to go. Going to have possession. You have to expect St. Francis here to possibly start fouling. Down two possession game. St. Francis hasn't been hitting the three ball here late in the second half. The other thing, they're going to be looking for a quick trap here. They'll look to try to get the ball out of Mike Bush's hands. This is where Mike Bush is going to have to be really careful. We know he can break a trap by himself by dribbling out of it, but you got to think St. Francis is going to be coming at him with all they have, and they have some good athletes here. So Forrest really going to have to take care of this ball and ultimately hit some free throws down the stretch. As we'll see, Kyle Platt is going to be inbounding for the Foresters. St. Francis not putting anyone on the inbounder.
The officials just making sure that Platt knows that he has 8 seconds to get the ball across half court. Devin Murray does have the ball, almost getting trapped there. Mike Bush now trying to drive the ball up, and he does do it.
And a foul there by White as Dan Wool goes up for two. And Dan Wool now going to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Foresters. Big free throws here for Dan Wool, trying to push this to a 3-possession game with 41 seconds remaining.
St. Francis will call a timeout here with 42 seconds left in the ball game. Yeah, it's just absolutely incredible. And so we will take a timeout with this full timeout. We will be back with the rest of this ball game Forsters up 75-69. We will be right back.
So one of the things that's kind of fun about our department is we have regular gatherings. We call them Friday at Fairchild's house, and Dr. Mark Fairchild hosts these gatherings for our majors, and we get together, I guess it's about once a month.
First I was like, that's kind of weird, like we're gonna go hang out at a professor's house, but for my Greek class he offered extra credit if we would go. So I was like, it's worth it, I'll take some friends with me and try it out. And it was a ton of fun.
I think that's one thing that's kind of unique about Huntington. We really are.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. 75-69. Your Foresters have the Cougars on the ropes yet again. Remember last year, Huntington came out with a big victory over St. Francis. They won 84-79 in overtime. They were led by Dan Wool with 25 points and 12 rebounds. This time around, Mike Bush and Dan Wool were the culprits for the success so far for Huntington, as they have a 6-point advantage, 42 seconds remaining. Wool at the line shooting 2. Huntington still with 3 timeouts. St. Francis with 2. And Wool again staying perfect from the free throw line so far.
Yeah, Wool has just done a great job of knocking down all 9 of his free throws. And that free throw was huge because that pushed it into a 3-possession ball game. He does miss the second one, and Chandler White comes up with it.
7-point ball game. Cougars need points. White inside gets 2. And we're going to see a timeout here for St. Francis with 32 seconds remaining. Now with it being a 5-point ball game, Forsters yet again comes down to taking care of the ball. You know what St. Francis is going to do. They're going to try to get 2 quick ones every time. So the Foresters really going to have to take care of the ball. This time when they come out, have to remember they can move. They can run the baseline here, get a play set up. Had a little trouble getting it across half court. They're cutting it pretty close last time. Saw Murder get caught in the corner. I have to think they're going to have to come up with something a little better this time around.
Yeah, Huntington really just needing to protect the ball at all costs. There's 32 seconds left in the game, so that means that the shot clock will not turn off. And it's just, it's a huge possession for the Foresters, really, because you know that St. Francis is going to come out trying to foul whoever they can. And they're going to try to block off Mike Bush as much as possible, too, because Mike Bush really being a decent free throw shooter himself, being 78%. But the 3 main free throw shooters for the Foresters this year is Daniel Wool, Connor Platt, and also Austin Carazia. You do see Mike Bush being out there, also Daniel Wool, Tyler Ahrens, Daniel Murder, and Kyle Platt for the Foresters.
Platt inbounding it to Wool, who was fouled immediately by Chandler White. Wool once again done very well at the free throw line. Went 1 for 2 last time, though. It's the first miss of the night.
And that will be the 4th foul on Chandler White. So really, with 31 seconds, it's going to be interesting to see, what he's going to do, because he's such a physical player, and it'll be interesting to see if he does end up getting his 5th personal foul against him.
It's the 1-and-1 here for Dan Wool. First one good. Pushes it to a 6-point ball game. This one push it to a 3-possession game. And off. Again, 1 for 2 from the line as White looks to push for St. Francis. He'll take it inside. 2 no good. Ahrens with the rebound. And he will be fouled. Big miss there from White. And then the foul going to be called on Chandler White, as he has fouled out of this ball game.
Chandler White really just having a great ball game here at Huntington University, but Huntington just really doing a great job of putting up smart baskets and really just looking for each other. Again, Mike Bush, you kind of look at him, and that this year has really sparked Huntington's assist count, really. And Huntington, they are ranked number 4 in the NAIA Division II with 360 assists. And again, that just makes Huntington just such a huge team player, as Tyler Ahrens now able to push it to a 3-possession ball game, leading by 7 points, 78-71, 22 seconds left in the game.
This just speaks testimony to how tough the Crossroads League is. Huntington right in the middle there. The Crossroads League, St. Francis tied, 3-way tie at the top. And right now on their way to taking down St. Francis possibly with 15 seconds remaining, 4-point game. Let's not speak too soon here. When we take a look at like the top of the Crossroads League, you have St. Francis ranked 3rd, Taylor ranked 15th, Bethel ranked 9th, IWU ranked 10th in the nation. I mean, the Crossroads League is just so tough, as well as Mount Vernon, Nazarene, one of those teams that can really beat anybody as well. They've come a long way in the past couple of years. So really it shows the Crossroads League is going to be won on the road. A lot of teams can win at home. It's going to be won on the road so far, and this is what the Foresters are trying to do. But a big win here at home to try to gain some momentum going into Saturday. They're going to have a showdown with Marion on the road.
Yeah, Goshen, they were actually the first team to be able to beat the St. Francis Cougars, and when we saw that score, Logan, we were absolutely shocked. But we do know that Goshen, they are a really good and competitive team. Their bench is actually really competitive, and so for me to see it, at least I was surprised in some sense, but also, I mean, not really surprised because just the conference is so competitive this year. It's absolutely unbelievable. But really, every single year, that's what we have to expect, is just how competitive this conference really is. And Huntington up 4 points with 15 seconds left to go in this ball game. Really a huge game for the Foresters, especially to win it.
Inbounder here, Kyle Platt looking for someone to get it to. Finds Dan Wool on a breakaway now. And the foul there by Lutzhauser with 13 seconds remaining. We'll put Dan Wool back to the line now, shooting 2. No, you really talked about the Crossroads League and how strong they were. And when you know at the overall records for every team, there's not one team with a losing record. There are 2 teams that are sitting at 500 with Grace and Marion, and the rest are all above 500. Not too many conferences in the nation can say that, going even through Division I to Division II across the board. I mean, Crossroads is so competitive. And the Foresters right now with the make here from Dan Wool up to a 5-point advantage here at home. Looking to knock off the top-ranked Cougars at home for the 2nd consecutive year.
Really, any time as a Forester that you can beat St. Francis is a huge, huge, huge victory for you. The ball is now touched. 10 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Comer with the 3. That's good. No timeouts here for St. Francis, though, with 7 seconds left. It's a 3-point ball game.
A foul will be committed. I believe that's going to be on number 5, Evan Henry, and it will be called on him. That will be his, I believe, first personal foul, 10th team foul. So like you said, Logan, for the remainder of this game, Huntington will be shooting 2 free throws at the line. Mike Bush is at the line. He is a 78% free throw shooter for the Foresters this year.
Just needs 1 here, ready to put it away. Can't hit the first. Oh, goodness. 7 seconds remaining, 3-point ball game. St. Francis, though, without a timeout. Forster still with 3. Big free throw here from Bush. And hits it. And Coach Platt going to take one of those 3 timeouts. It's going to be a full timeout as well. Foresters up by 4 with 7 seconds remaining. You got to think Coach Platt is going to be telling his guys absolutely no fouls here.
Yeah, I mean, because the next foul would take St. Francis into 2 free throws no matter what. And just you don't want to give them any more opportunities than what they have to shoot shots. St. Francis is a great shooting team, and we know that by the records. They are number 2 in NAIA for their field goal percentage, and that alone is just a huge stat for any team. And then with Huntington being 3rd, they've been shooting just out of their minds here in the second half, and this is the 2nd game that they have been able to do that. And so just kind of looking forward for the Foresters, they have been able to do a great job of just keep on putting 2 halves of basketball together, and to win in the Crossroads League Conference, that is exactly what you have to do. Huntington struggled a little bit here in the very beginning of the season, just kind of putting the second half of basketball together, but then in the kind of towards the middle, they were having trouble putting the first half. So now they're doing a really good job of just putting those two halves together.
Definitely have been able to put together a full game here. It's what's been hurting them lately, and so far, you have to think they're going to make St. Francis go the length of the court here. Touch of the ball. Comer taking it up, going in for two. Easy two there. 2 seconds on the clock. Forster still.
That's a technical foul.
What in the world is Henry doing here?
I don't know what he would be doing. That's going to be 5. That's going to be
a delay of game here on number 5. So I guess a smart play there. So Solving can get out, then get someone else in. Platt checking in for Coverstone. A really smart coaching there. Coach Lacrosse there, forcing the delay of game. 2 seconds left. Platt really just needs to inbound this ball. Gets it to Wool, and the foul committed with 1 second left. 1.2 seconds on the clock. Forces with the 2-point advantage. St. Francis still no timeouts.
I don't know what St. Francis is really doing. They're just trying to sneak in a couple timeouts by themselves. But that will be the 4th foul on Lautenheiser.
Wool able to hit the first, and this one here can put it away. 1.2 seconds left. Got to think, if there's a miss, there's going to see a long heave from the Cougars. Make here wins it for the Foresters as Wool puts it away. 83-79, 1.2 seconds left. And Comer gets the shot off. It doesn't matter. The Foresters knock off the 3rd-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars, 83-79. And what was a thriller here inside Platt Arena. Big win for Coach Platt and company. When we return, we'll have an interview with Coach Platt himself, as long as some final stats here on FDN Sports.
If you look at a variety of the research regarding the top skill sets that employers are looking for, communication always ranks top 5. Many times it's the top 3. These are skills that are far more important, not only.
Plans don't always go the way we want them to, but you're not alone in this adventure called life. Remedy Live is a non-for-profit web station that strives to produce a positive message while helping teens who need it. If we can help you, text the word REMEDY to 313131 or visit our website at remedylive.com to chat with someone there. Remedy Live. We chat, we listen, we love.
Being a part of the film department here at Huntington University is amazing. We have brilliant professors who are willing to teach us everything that they've known from being out in the field. First semester last year, I got the opportunity to work on the department film, Gift of Hope, where we had actual professionals in the field today come and work with Huntington students on a film.
Students here at Huntington University have an opportunity to focus on story, and they discover universal themes that matter to everyone, and they're able to integrate their faith into their filmmaking. This is very unique. It's something special about Huntington. Recently, we took a trip to Chicago for our seniors to be able to cast talent for their senior films. And there was such an array of talent available to them. It's great to be close to such a wonderful urban production center. One of the things that gets me so excited is to see the quality of the student films and how they improve every year. We're sending such strong filmmakers out into the working world, and as their films get better and better, it just excites us to see that level of filmmaking, and this is the most rewarding thing about teaching at Huntington.
Fusion Media is kind of this idea to bring broadcasting and film production together. Just doing media, but maybe not in the news field or in the radio field as broadcasting was.
With Fusion Media, you're not stuck in this cookie cutter route to become a news anchor or a radio DJ. There's so much more you can do with it.
Fusion Media is a way to take those everyday experiences and bring them to the students now, in the moment.
I would say there's so many opportunities for you guys to make an instant impact. We have HTV, we have live stream, we have Fuse FM. Like, we're ready for you right now.
It's so exciting as a freshman to be able to come in and right away be doing hands-on things like being a part of HTV and the radio station. And for a freshman coming in, that's so exciting to be able to do those things.
It's just really new. It's the newest idea that's been out. So no other school is going to offer a broadcast fusion media degree. We're the only one that does that. When you come to HU, you're able to really open your field and to be not just a reporter or not just a videographer, but to become someone who's multi-talented. So you can be on air, you can run a camera, you're kind of a one-man band sort of thing. You're really just given the chance to kind of run with ideas and to make stories and to create them interesting from the ground up. And that's a cool opportunity that you're not allowed to do anywhere else.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Platt Arena. Huge game for the Foresters. Foresters winning the game 83-79. And I'm here with the player of the game, Mike Bush. And Mike, you know, this is the second game that you've come out in the first half and only made 3 points, but then all of a sudden just a spark is really just lit inside you. Really early in the second half, you made 4 3-pointers in a row. Really, like, what was going through your mind when you were just absolutely on fire right then?
Just to take the good shot. My teammates always give me confidence, telling me to keep shooting because they know I can make it. So just what was going through my mind was just to make the right play for the team at the time.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just been absolutely unbelievable just kind of watching you this year. You had 10 assists just early, throughout that first half, and so just kind of like, what do you look for, like when you're trying to like really pass it to your players? Because you're leading the NAIA in assists, and you've been doing that all season long.
I just look for who's hot, who has the mismatch. But with this team, it makes it easy because everybody can score, everybody can shoot. So, you know, whoever has a hot hand things like that.
Yeah, well, hey, thank you very much, Mike Bush, for coming out and joining us here in the postgame show.
Thanks for having me, bro.
All right, now I'm here with head coach Ty Platt. And, Coach, I mean, that was just an absolutely unbelievable game by your players. Really just how did you guys really just prepare for this game? Because, you know, St. Francis has been talked about just so much here in this season, just being really highly ranked the entire season. What were you really just telling your players just throughout the week?
Well, I mean, we didn't have much of a week because it's only Tuesday and we played Saturday, but yesterday we just talked about what we wanted to do defensively and all those kinds of things, but it really came down to what we thought was going to be the team that put forth more effort. I think St. Francis played with effort, don't get me wrong. I mean, they have unbelievable amount of talent and great players, but I thought tonight our guys just played hard for 40 minutes. I thought we did that against Spring Arbor, and then tonight we needed to do that plus, threefold, if you will, because we knew the opponent was really, really deep and really, really good. And I thought our guys did that. We still did not play air-free. We still missed shots that we feel like we can hit. We're a better shooting team than 46%, but Mike really played really, really well. He hit some big shots that were just daggers there late. I thought Daniel got back to some better of Daniel. He had struggled for about 3 games, but everybody that came in the game gave us positive minutes, and we couldn't do it without them. And like I told the guys, we couldn't even do it without the guys that didn't play, because they have to prepare us on a daily basis. So big win for our team, big confidence booster hopefully going forward. But at the end of the day, here's the deal, Noah, you can only win one at a time, and you can only lose one at a time. So these guys are still at the top of the conference. We got to go to their place, and it doesn't mean a darn thing if we go and just completely lay down at Marianne on Saturday. So every day you got to keep the grind going, because these 7 weeks here since the start of the new year is just awful. It's great and awful all at the same time because of who you have to play.
Yeah, and me and Logan were talking about just how competitive this conference really is, and it's just absolutely crazy. And so, like you mentioned, you do go to Marion this coming Saturday, and so what are you going to really do to prepare these guys going into a game like that, and just coming out of a game like this, just winning an absolute barn burner?
We're going to enjoy it today and forget it tomorrow. And maybe not forget it, but put it in the back of our minds, because hopefully it'll boost us with confidence. But, Stour's kid from Marianne is really, really good. They've got some really good young guys that are finding their way, and I don't know if they'll win or lose tonight, but the idea is we're still going there. And that's a tough place to play. It always has been for every Crossroads League team. It's a road game, and, we haven't been real successful on the road in the conference. So it's going to take everything we got. So if they come in with feeling good about themselves, they'll get a quick reminder that we haven't done anything yet.
I agree 100% with you, Coach Platt, and thank you so much again for coming out and talking to us, and just an all-around great game by your players, too.
Thank you to Marion Band for being here. They did a great job, and our fans were great. This is just a lot of fun, especially when you win. But I won't say thanks, bro, to you like Mike did, but keep up the good work on your side, too.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. All right, and we're going to head it back over to Logan Hunt for some post-game statistics.
Thank you, Noah. As we take a look at some of the final stats here at Foresters, once again winning 83-79 over the third-ranked Cougars. Have to give a shout out there to Mike Bush and Coach Platt as well for staying tuned for our post-game show. Take a look here at Dan Wool doing his job of 21 points, 7 rebounds, as well Mike Bush 16 points, 15 assists, another double-double for him. Tyler Aaron's next leading scorer with 13 points, 7 assists, and not to shout out here, Austin Carzia as well, 12 points, did his thing as well. Mason Coverstone with 8. St. Francis, though, really clean around the board. Their 5 starters all in double figures, with Lineup and Solving both with 18 points. Lineup with 18 points, 12 rebounds. Solving 18 points, 14 rebounds. We've talked about it all game. Those two really dominating the post, just weren't quite enough for St. Francis down the stretch. Henry ended with 11, as well as Comer with 11, and Chandler White had 15. Past that, didn't get too much from the bench. That's what really ultimately hurt St. Francis. Foresters, like Coach Blass said, can get some good minutes all around. Trevor Lockwood came in and had a great game as well. And we take a look at some of the shooting for the Foresters. Ended up shooting the 3 ball at a 43% clip, hit 13 out of 30 from behind the arch. So really the Foresters with some great 3-ball action, a lot of that coming from Mike Bush when he went on his tear of his own, and the Foresters coming out on top 83-79. They'll move to 12-7 on the season, 3-4 in conference play. And we'd like to remind you guys to tune in tomorrow night as the Lady Foresters will take on the Lady Cougars at 7 o'clock right here inside Platt Arena. Foresters on the men's side going to be moving on to face Marion on Saturday, where Marion, bottom of the league, is still a tough game. Once again, I'm Logan Hunt, and this is FGN Sports.